Let's talk about one of the most important rights under GDPR, the right of access. This is all about giving individuals control over their personal data. In simple terms, it means you have the right to ask any company, "Hey, are you using my data? And if yes, show me what you have." What is Article 15? Article 15 gives people the right to know whether their personal data is being processed and to actually see that data. Imagine you signed up on an e-commerce website. You might wonder, what all information do they have about you? Your name, address, browsing habits, purchase history? Article 15 allows you to ask for all of that. Companies or data controllers must usually provide this information for free and within 1 month. The whole idea is transparency, so you can verify whether your data is being used properly and legally. Key rights of data subjects. This right works in 3 simple layers. First, you can ask whether your data is even being processed. For example, you can email a bank and ask if they are storing or using your personal data. Second, if they are, you can request a copy of that data. So the bank must give you details like your account information, transaction history, or contact details they hold. Third, you can also ask for more context, like why they are using your data and what they are doing with it. So it's not just about getting data, but understanding the full picture. When a company responds, they can't just send raw data. They must explain things clearly. For example, they must tell you why your data is being used. Maybe it's for processing orders, fraud detection, or marketing. They also need to explain what type of data they have. This could be basic information like your name and phone number, or more sensitive data like health details. They must tell you who they share your data with. For instance, a shopping app might share your address with delivery partners or payment details with banks. And importantly, they should tell you how long they plan to keep your data. If they can't give an exact timeline, they should explain how they decide that duration. Now, beyond just data usage, you also have rights over your data. For example, if your address is wrong, you can ask them to correct it. If you don't want your data anymore, you can request deletion. You also have the right to complain to a data protection authority if something feels wrong. Think of it like escalating a complaint to a regulator. If the company didn't collect your data directly from you, they must tell you where they got it from. For example, maybe they bought it from a marketing partner. And if automated decisions are being made, like loan approvals based on algorithms, they must explain how that works and what impact it has on you. International data transfers. Sometimes, your data doesn't stay within your country. For example, if a company in Europe sends your data to a server in the US or elsewhere, Article 15 ensures you aren't left in the dark. In such cases, the company must inform you about this transfer. They also need to explain what safeguards are in place to protect your data, like legal agreements or security frameworks. This ensures your data remains safe even when it crosses borders. Right to obtain a copy. You are entitled to get a copy of your data, and the first copy must be free. For example, if you request your data from a social media platform, they must provide it without charging you. However, if you keep asking for multiple copies repeatedly, they can charge a reasonable fee to cover administrative effort. Electronic access requests. In today's digital world, most requests happen online. So if you request your data via email or a website, the company should respond in a simple electronic format like a PDF or Excel file. This makes it easy for you to read, store, and even reuse your data if needed. Limitations on access rights. Now, this right is powerful, but it's not unlimited. For example, if giving you access to data affects someone else's privacy, the company may restrict some information. Similarly, they don't have to reveal trade secrets or confidential business information. So the goal is to balance your rights with the rights of others. Processing timeline. Timing is very important here. Once you make a valid request, the company must respond within 30 days. If the request is very complex, say you asked for years of historical data, they can take more time, but they must inform you and justify the delay. Controller obligations. Organizations must be prepared to handle these requests properly. For example, they should have a clear process or email ID where users can request their data. They must verify your identity before sharing data, so your information doesn't go to the wrong person. And everything should be explained in simple language, not legal jargon, so anyone can understand it. Compliance best practices. From a company's perspective, good preparation is key. They should have a standard process for handling data access requests. They must maintain proper records of what data they collect and how they use it. Employees should be trained so they know how to respond correctly. And every request and response should be documented for accountability. Key takeaways. At its core, Article 15 is about transparency. It empowers individuals to understand and verify how their data is being used. Companies must respond within 30 days and handle requests responsibly. And at the same time, it ensures a balance between individual rights and protecting others' data. And that's a simple explanation of GDPR Article 15, the right of access. Thanks for watching.